Welcome back for more Elden Ring, ladies and gents. Hope you're doing well. My name is Lewis, aka Manyouaman here. So after going through the Riot Academy and also the Kyrian Manor, I am back in post-commentary. My hand is not on the controller, my hands are free, and I am going to commentate the exploration of the next area beyond the land between. So we already explored Limgrave, Khalid, Liurnia, and now this is the Altus Plateau. So in this episode we're going to explore the hell out of this place, and also we're going to get to another place that's very close by called the Mount Gelmir. So Mount Gelmir is going to be a very difficult place, I would say. The place in Altus Plateau and Mount Gelmir have a difficulty spike, let's just say. I think that's the right word for it. So as you can see, what I'm defeating on these guys are, you know, they are good, but my sword is also good and my character is also a little bit over level in this bit, but it's still kind of head on level. You know, so definitely these places you have to be careful, you have to be patient, and you need to make sure that you respect your opponent and you swing your sword at the right time and dodge at the right time, because these guys, they can hit hard, they mean business, and if you're not careful you're gonna be dead. But yeah, this region is the next chapter, so I'll consider the whole market is like the prologue, you know, start of the castle, you know, start of the journey. Obviously you can explore Limgrave way before you go to face Market, but I consider Market as more of a prologue, you know, and then the chapter 1 is the whole Limgrave, you know, the whole of the area of Limgrave, and you can go into Khalid as well if you wanted to grab some really good useful items. And then the chapter 1 ends when you face against Godric and beat Godric, and then the second chapter is obviously what you opened up in the very sorcerous world in Liurnia, and going into Riot Academy and going against Rennala. And then the third chapter will open up, and this is the third chapter, which is going into Nandel, going into the Earth Tree, and becoming the Elden Lord. So there will be plenty of bosses in our way, and there will be plenty of points of interest, sites, location to look at, and so definitely incredible scene. And like I said, the game just keep on it just keep on offering. It just keep on giving you shit to do. You know, different enemies to fight, harder enemies to fight, and a lot of other crazy shit go on as well. So yeah, it's not that's not it. There's so much more to do. And going through this little section where I have landed Nandel in the first time. So in episode 9 I mentioned that I kind of roaming around Liurnia, and then I kind of came across a ground lift. So the lift is what I need a quest to kind of to go up to Nandel, and let's just say that I didn't know that fact. I didn't know about the grand lift, so I come to Nandel in a very different way. You know, the Altus Plateau in a very different way. So once again we are going against an ancient dragon. Oh, he's one of the coolest, man. Look at that, a red lightning bolt. So this dragon, I just got to that location and I cleared out all the enemies. So I kind of didn't want to die because I want to explore, and I want to explore freely. And I'm just like, you know what, dragon, you have your fun there, literally, and I will just stay away from you, man. And just keep running. And I saw the Site of Grace. At the moment I'm just trying to run around. I'm trying to run around and I'm trying to look at that little map icon to see where I can find the map. So this is, this is always going to be my first priority when I explore, is where are the maps? Where is the next map fragment to make it whole? I don't know if the map fragment will continue onto the New Game Plus. If I will end up doing a New Game Plus. If you create a brand new characters, and obviously that will not the map fragment you will need to grab again. But I think in New Game Plus they will stay in your inventory. At least I hope so anyway. So just going around, the aesthetic of this area again is different. When you think about Limgrave, it's all green. It's all like basically spring. Like it's all green. It's all the raw fruits. You can see the little contrast between the world. It's very vibrant, and then you get the very scary, death-looking Khalid. Like all the purple, all the pink, all the red, all the maroon, and all that very strong color that emphasize death. That's Khalid. And then you went to Liurnia, which is
the Erd tree
more blue, right? Sorcery, blue, intelligence. So you get all these ice brick around the place, and then obviously the lake. Just in general, just look very blue and grey, and very kind of teal color as well. So that's pretty much like Liurnia. So yeah, at the background we're getting to learn a little bit about Melina. Every now and again she'll come out and we'll be able to talk to her. So you heard all that stuff. So you hear all these stuff and you kind of start making the story up yourself, because that's the perfect part about all these forms of a game, is you make your own stories. You think about the stories and you come out with the stories that you think, in your view, that you learn from all these characters and items. So yeah, it's a bit of a lore, and then how you depict the lore is entirely up to you. So yeah, so I was just finishing that thought of the second kind of major area, Liurnia, blue, teal, ice brick everywhere, and you can identify each area very well. And in the Altus Plateau, it is yellow. It's like you go into autumn. It's like Limgrave in autumn, but a little bit more. But everything is more. It is orange. It's gold. It's yellow. So it has a very different feeling on each of the area, and that's why it's very fascinating most of the time. So coming on, this is the first ever boss in. Lindell in the Altus Plateau area, and the first one is these boat dudes again. So he was summoning the skeleton, and I kind of know in a way. I kind of accidentally come across him because I was changing to my Lance Talisman, and I saw him. I was just like, okay, I need to fight him, not the skeleton, because the skeleton is just a bit of an illusion. So decided to get off my horse and hamper on him a little bit. I don't know why. I should have just stayed on my horse. So when he called upon the skeleton, that actually really helped me. I know he whacked me there, but he actually also got rid of about 6 or 7 skeleton, and that attack of his again got rid of a lot of skeleton for me. So it's basically a clear lane for me to attack him heads on. And yeah, I mean, it's okay. These kind of fight, he's not a tough opponent. I think he'll be very low down on everyone's list of like boss rank. And I'll need to play the game more to, obviously every playthrough you only get to experience the boss first time, one time, some bosses are kind of duplicate. So like the Oak Tree Avatar, and then in Khalid you got different type, which is the Purid Avatar. So those big tree bosses that I love to fight, you know. So they have a couple of variants, but there are some duplication. And hopefully when I play the game enough, I'll do a maybe a boss ranking video, and see who really is my #1 boss that I love to hate. I love to fight, but I also love to hate. So coming across a military encampment, loads of people shooting at me with a ballista. I kind of like that about Dark Souls, is that they utilizes trap. They try to make the game unfair if you don't react to things, like, you know, all these traps and all these ballista. If you don't get rid of them, if you just don't want to be patient or panic or whatever, then obviously you're gonna get. But if you go through things in a methodical way, in a strategic way, in a good way, then it will always come up top on your. You always come out above in your fights. Those torch soldier can be very dangerous because they can just literally hold up the little lantern, the fire lantern thing, and if you get close to it, your horse will get damaged. And you get damaged as well, and then like after about 2 or 3 hits, you will get staggered out of your horse, you will fall off your horse and open up an attack. So those that fire and lantern soldier is actually quite dangerous, because you try to rush and kill that guy, but no, it's not like that. You know, you really need to circle behind him if you can, to kill him instead of just doing it heads on. So again, something that can easily catch you out. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the Black Flame blade and the Blood Flame blade. So 2 weapon buffs that I absolutely adore. Not so much for the Black Flame anymore, because it doesn't have that high duration. It only lasts about 8 seconds and then that's done. So you really need to be like, you buff it and then you just need to do a full combo on it. Then you get to utilize it as much as possible. And this is what I mean about the aesthetic of the place being so different. You know, orange, gold, a feel of autumn. But then you start seeing massive castle, because obviously that's Lendel, the capital, and then you see the road leading across it, towards it, I should say. The soldier as well, all the Lendel soldier wear gold armor, so you can see like how different they are when they roam around. But when you go to Limgrave, the Godric soldiers are not like that, and then Khalid, Radan soldiers also look different, a little bit more red. So yeah, it's amazing when you look at like details like that, and how they can make the game so big, so full. I'm pretty sure they've been working on the game ever since Sekiro. They probably have a separate development team while working on Sekiro. They have a few guys already researching and prepping Elden Ring, the concept of it. And I'm sure Miyazaki will, you know, not just focus on one game, but have a couple more ideas of his next game, because you know that, you know, once Sekiro is in production 80% done, then he knows that he can move on and think about something else. So this is I'll put on a marker once again, a pointer, so then I know where exactly to run to get another map. So this is important yeah, you know those torch. It's just a torch in general, so yeah, it can be quite dangerous. But the flame torch guy with the soldier legitimately can kill you. So we can feed Torrent with the berries to make more, to heal him. So I decided to create more, and yeah, just showing the item crafting again. I do use it every now and again. I don't use it as much as I thought I would, but it's definitely extremely useful. It's such a good tool. It honestly is such a good tool, such a good feature to be added into this kind of game where it is absolutely massive. So if you run out of ammo, well, kill a couple of sheep, create some ammo, done deal, or you will have something in the background, in your back pocket anyway. So I noticed there's another map fragment. So without really looking into the map that I just got, I want to make sure that I get all of the map fragments, and this leading to the massive stairs. But this is the side way of it. And oh boy, it did not end well. And you will see, it did not end well, ladies and gents. Dodging all the arrows like a pro, but they ended up being quite durable. They have quite high health and defense, and I got caught off guard and just absolutely get mullet. And so these knights in the, or near Lendale, near the Altus Plateau, they mean business. They're good. They're good. Like, literally, I think there was about 11 to 14,000 souls on the staircase, and instead I thought I have a little one-on-one against this knight and just kind of test out how hard enemies are, and I'm absolutely just struggling, man. Like, luckily there's a ledge there that I can just roll down, and luckily the AI did the same, but I was able to kind of get my attack there, and 947 ruins for those soldiers, and that's quite high. And again, it tells you that these guys mean business now. You know, there's a step up. Each area you go to, there's a step up. Yes, of course, if you go back into Limgrave, and if there's a few bits I haven't done in Limgrave, I go back now with my current characters with almost 70 hours of progress, of playtime. It will be a doddle. Like, you see all my first five or six episodes of this series that I struggle in Limgrave at times, but now if I go back there, I will absolutely run the floor with them. I can even wield a upgraded weapon, any weapon, and I'll still beat them very easily because of the level. Because each time you upgrade your dexterity or strength, you improve the scaling of the weapon. So even if the weapon is still weapon scaling C on dexterity, for example, even if you haven't upgraded it, the base damage is going to be weak, but your scaling bonus will be quite significant if it's dexterity. So this one is where I kind of messed up a little bit. I tried to go zigzag, but not very well. I got hit on the arrow twice. I got off my horse, and luckily the stairs, because of the elevation, his little stab attack didn't get to me. But this is a mess, ladies and gents. This is a mess. These three knights means business, and I would be able to defeat them. I wouldn't say fairly comfortably, but I will able to defeat them if I can get them on a one-on-one situation. Not like these where they're shooting arrows at me and one of them are running at me. So I know that, okay, I need to do something to get that guy who chasing me right now into a... It got me on the ankle. Got me I need to fight him one-on-one now, so then I I can have a level playing field. Because what you just saw there was like, you know, trying to backstab and then that arrow just flying straight at me. So a little bit frustrated because I know I need to go through here to get to my map fragment. So he decided to jump down in this little alley with me as well. It was a good idea, but then I realized that it was actually quite narrow. Not particularly great for him, for his great sword, but not particularly great for me with my katana. So just literally bossing it through, and miss my ultimate attack, and I've, you know, just trying to get him to not guard, and luckily I prevail. So 24,500 souls. I can quite comfortably level up probably once or twice. No, probably not twice, probably once. And just able to level up once. I could dribble a little bit there. The funny thing is I saw that bear and I was just like, hell nah. Dribble there. I remember that. I was just like, I saw that bear, I was like, literally just had a tough fight with the knights, and he saw me, I see him, and just like, crap. And I just legged it. Luckily I was on torrent. So we managed to jump, managed to leave that pretty swiftly. So no one's guarding the gate, which is a surprise, but there are something guarding the gate, but I managed to duke it because I went to the side. That's why jumping and exploring is such a good thing in this game, because you miss a lot of things. You know, but I will, you know, miss a lot of things, good thing, bad thing, that kind of thing. So I got the map for the Lendale Royal Capital. I got the 2 golden seed from the golden branch there, so you can see that. Oh wow, the Royal Capital is massive, right? So we were literally just on the outskirts of this, or the main city, the main castle. This is where I, you know, starting to look at the map really properly, you know, to see where I'm gonna go next. So I got the map fragment now. So the next kind of focus for me is to go to point of interest, and more importantly, go to the mines, the mining caves. So another finger lady.
To the east, ruins of gold. Wherever the path leads, wherever tis a curse.
The curse of Queen Marika. So yeah, so that message I still don't really understand what she means, but beautiful music. So this is literally the road. After the first map fragment that I managed to get, this is literally the road leading it. So what I did after I got that map fragment is I went the other way to grab the second map fragment in the Lendale capital. So merchants selling some good stuff, once again selling arrows and selling a couple of notes. So you can buy all these notes, and then you read the description, and then it gives you a couple of pointers. Mostly pretty useless really, but I guess it's a fun thing. It's like a tip for, like, hey, you know, if you really struggle, then, or if you're really hunting for some secret Easter eggs, then you can do that. So the portal got me into the other side of the bridge from where the merchant and the finger lady was. Looking on this bridge, and if you compare all 3 locations separately, is so good. It's so different. All of them have their all kind of like trademark design, and which is what I really like about it. So at the end of the bridge, this is the Golden Mask. So he is a monk, and he's like a legend, but he's pointing at something. I was this close in just swinging my sword, and I was just like, I don't know, I don't know what this dude is doing. Can I just kill it? He looked weird. He looks awkward. So I did think about maybe I should strike him a little bit, but I'm just like, nah, leave all the NPC alone. Leave them alone, do their thing, and then hopefully I'll come back and do some side quests with them. It's just one of those things, you know. It's like Fallout, that you want to be the bad guy, good guy. You always play as a good guy, or maybe you always play as a bad guy, but sometimes you just want to do things differently. I don't normally kill NPC, but that was a little bit of bloodlust there. There was a little bit of like urge. It's like, oh, maybe I should kill this golden masked monk. But no, we'll leave him alone for now, and in search for. So what I did with the marker is I'm trying to go into the cave, the mining cave of this area. The damn dog. Right, after besting the dogs, you can see the very quickly in the background there some windmill and some lady dancing. It's really cool, you know. Like I said, always panning your camera around to see around the world and what they can offer. What is there, like there's a dragon in the distance, or is there this in the distance, that in the distance? So yeah, it's excellent, fantastic game. I can't wait to play it on the PC as well. So I'm currently playing it on the PlayStation 5. I do not have any desire to buy it on the PC version because apparently it's still very quality-wise very similar. Obviously, it's quite taxing, and I don't think my system will be able to run it full native 4K, 60 frame. I don't think so, but what I got in the PlayStation 5 to what I will get in the PC, I think from the system on my PC capability, I think it's very similar. But what I am very excited on playing this game on the PC is on the Steam Deck. So I reserved the Steam Deck now, so it's not going to come into Q4 2022. So in about October time, hopefully I'll get a email from Steam saying that, you know, I can finish my order. And hopefully I'll get it around Christmas time, maybe November, December time. That would be cool, because I love I know I'm going on a tangent on something completely different than Elden Ring, but you know, I'm excited about this Steam Deck because you can do a lot of things with it. You can tinker with it however you want on the software side, and I'm sure like as the time goes by, people will start tinkering the internal a little bit. So a lot of people are starting to kind of maybe manufacturer or any other big players are starting to look at like the SSD, maybe the cooling fans. A lot of things are software at the minute, and Steam and Valve is doing a lot of good work towards updating the software. But on the hardware side, I think this is where people can elevate that creativity and do a lot of other third-party improvement to the Steam Deck. I love handheld, man. I love handheld. My first kind of handheld console was the Game Boy Color. You know, Game Boy Color back in the day, playing Pokemon, and that thing we loved that thing. You know, it was a family console, portable console. So, you know, my sister, my brother, we always fight to kind of see who want to play it, right? So yeah, so portable machine has always been one of my favorite. When my mum got her Nintendo DS, I remember that she bought Resident Evil, and I played Resident Evil DS literally the whole night. I didn't sleep for the whole night, and I was just playing that in my bed. and completing Chris' campaign, completing Jill's campaign, running it again. It was amazing. It was really good. Oh, Deadly Silence, that was it. Resident Evil Deadly Silence. So, PSP, loved that machine. And then I got the PlayStation Vita as well. So this is my Vita, literally just right next to me, because I play it every now and again. And I got the little third-party back button R1 L1 on there. So yeah, no, it's cool. I like my Vita. I like my Vita. I like my PlayStation Portable. I never own any Nintendo 3DS. I think my mum got it, my sister got it, but I never played it that much. I don't remember ever playing the N3DS actually. But yeah, I'm a big fan of portable gaming consoles, and that's why I wanted to get this Steam Deck and being able to play a lot of other PC games that I own. I bought pretty much the entire Resident Evil collections again on Steam. I had a few of them over the course of the years, and I recently just bought a few more. I recently bought 3 remake on the PC, and I bought the remaster of Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0. And I had 4, 5, and 6 for a while. I bought Revelation 2 as well. So yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, I love that franchise, so that's why I can buy it multiple times, and now I can potentially play it on the Steam Deck, like in bed. You know, that sounds brilliant. You know, AAA Resident Evil games over the years, and I can just play it on the palm of my hands. So I'm excited about that. Excited about the Steam Deck, and excited playing like Cyberpunk 2077 on that as well. I think that's a good game. Had its problems, yes. Is it insane amount of expectation? Yes. But I really did enjoy that game. I had about 20 plus hours on that already. Just roaming around the city and tweaking the graphical settings over the time. And yeah, eventually I'll finish that game. But yeah, that game is it wasn't what people were expecting, but it was still bloody good. Right, enough of these rambling of non-Elden Ring related stuff. So we got into the mining tunnel of Altus Plateau. So in this mining cave, again, the enemies are slightly different. You have these marionette, so these the back marionette guys. Not just the original miners who throw fucking magic at you, but you also got those annoying marionette soldiers. So once again, I don't use the flail as much as I do anymore. So you see a few weapons that I kind of just stopped using. I did say that the main reason I try to use different weapon is because I want the gameplay to be a little bit more varied, and not just that, but also to take advantage of some of the battles, some of the combat, an enemy that I face. Like if I have a katana in here and don't have the flail, I'll probably go through this entire section with my incarnation. So yeah, just a different way to approach things. But as you get better weapons, you're starting to phase out all the older ones that you use. But yeah, that was mad. I didn't know what it was. I heard noises, but I'm just like, what is it? And also, if you notice, like my health is finally longer than my stamina bar. Very slightly longer, and I'm pretty sure I have some health increase towards it as well. But yeah, it's finally a little bit higher than my stamina. And I think health was a big issue at the start of the game with this character. I don't really have that high of a health, I definitely do not have 100% shield, so that got me all kind of out of rhythm. I was already out of rhythm, so that got me out of rhythm even more. So we faced these guys before, the Crystolian, and I don't know why, because it's been a while since I faced them. I didn't know that they're not afraid of my katana. They're also not afraid of my incarnation, which I will test once again, which I already did. But that's a while ago, you know. That's a while ago. Between episodes, it doesn't seem long, but it's often these kind of post-commentary video that I have definitely a few hours, always few hours plus, like 3 to 4 hours of gameplay of recording that I need to cut down to an hour and a half or an hour 20, an hour 40. So there's always a lot of exploration that has been cut, because it was just most of the time just me riding around and looking at the world, looking at the image, the beautiful image that was displayed in front of me. So my wolves got quickly dispatched. I know this is not the round for me, because I was playing around with the weapon, playing around with the incarnation, not knowing what will defeat them. I don't even know if magic will hurt them that much. So round 2, knowing better, my flare was on. What I could have done is to buff it with holy damage, holy or magic damage, that will improve the damage that I deal to them. Makes it a quicker job. And what I could have done is also put on, you can see on one of the icon underneath my stamina bar, is I still got my lance talisman on, so I forgot to do my talisman thing. I would have done a axe talisman to improve my charge attack, and all I will do is charge attack them, because charge attack will stun the enemy a lot quicker. You'll stagger the enemy or stun the enemy, and once you stun the enemy, you can do stuff like this, a proper visceral attack. So the wolf managed to stay alive until I kill one of them. So this is pretty much one against one now. The wolf done some good damage to it as well, and I know that, hey, you know, this is a good chance to ray in on these guys, because I know they are no match to me at all. So that's it. Second round, done. Ding ding ding. Knockdown, lockout, kill, fail. Enemy failed. So I got these somber minus bell bearing 2. So not really the bell that I was looking for. So when I got to this place, I'm just like, I was a bit gutted, to be honest. I was a bit gutted that, oh, I missed the I thought it would be smithing stone 3 and 4, but it wasn't to be. So there was an item in the round table. I was like, oh, what is that? So it took me a while to figure out. So the Royal Remain armor set that I just got is, in the last episode, I was invaded. I was invaded by someone in the round table, because it was all dark. It was all dark, and I was just like, oh, where are the fingers? Where are the finger ladies? And this is from, you can see on the item description, pause if you have to. It is from the character called Isha. So she was actually the one, or he, I don't know if it's he or she. So that was the person who was leaning against the wall next to the all-knowing's room. So he was the apprentice of his, if I remember. So you can ask about her.
My apologies for that nasty business. Ensha got rather ahead of himself.
Ensha.
As his master.
Oh, he's himself.
My regret. But now, Ensha is slain and gone. Finished. Forevermore.
Yeah, he wasn't that difficult, to be honest. He was not that difficult.
Which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart, I'm sure.
I'm sure she does.
She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart.
So this is where you can still ask about all the lords and stuff like that, and as you defeat them, you can ask less, kind of thing, as you progress the story. So yeah, so this is just me showing that Sombering, Smithing Stone 3 and 4, which is pretty good if you have special weapon that you're using already, but so the priest was saying that, oh, he's on a journey to find the gold mask. The gold mask is also the guy that we saw on the bridge. So this is the Dung Eater. It will appear after defeating Rennala. So originally he was red, so I was afraid to get close to him, but you can't attack anyway in this round table. We've got a little symbol on the left hand side.
You are but a lamb, a stranger to defilement.
So the Dung Eater.
You no longer interest me. I've been long without peace.
So he invade people and he eat their souls. That's why he's a Dung Eater.
I ask thee thankful is all.
So back to the under bridge of where the gold masks were. Straight away I saw the caravan, as you can say, the coach. So very confidently I started to slashing. And what did I say about those fiery torch guy? Oh, you see in a minute. Oh, this one is easy to get, right? He's charging at me. I was like, nah, you ain't getting me, bro. You ain't getting me. I was masterfully maneuvering between all of them, and then that guy with the fire torch lit me up, like literally lit me up. So against all those soldiers, well, I don't know why, but I decided not to call turret back and decided to go one-on-one against this big pumpkin head without any sort of backup. Fucked up my buttons there. Did the blood thing twice. Spin around while you drink to heal more. That was actually really good. I got Smithing Stone 4 and 5 just from that soldier. So have I learned my lesson? No, I haven't learned my lesson. Of course I haven't learned my lesson. Just charge in like a fucking idiot with those torch guy and bye bye. I'm dead. So yeah, just that wasn't smart of me. So after killing all those guys separately using patience, bow and arrow, getting them one-on-one kind of thing, this pumpkin head was no match to me, you know. I love how every time he hit the helmet it just do a little ting. That was quite cool. So yeah, so all those soldiers, I basically just used bow and arrow, a combination of bow and arrow and horseback to kind of dispatch them. So a little bit more little slower, but more effective because I actually stay alive this time instead of running into a crowd and just die. So you see a torch guy, kill those torch guys first. So they can be, the little poke can do a lot more damage than you can imagine. And all these arrow guys, well, can be annoying as well because when they switch their shield, it's annoying to go around them and attack their back. Right, so one more troll. Make sure the blood flame blade that I got on episode 9, I got it from one of the beetle, the bug looking dude with the bow with rock, and it became one of my favorite incarnation, and I use it a lot. Now. It is such a good combination when you add it to your Uchitana. You know, when you add it to a weapon that's already doing bleed damage, mate, amazing. So we got the great star. I think that is a great hammer. So again, strength weapon that I cannot use ever. And going around the place, you can see where I was, because I constantly check my map. That's another thing that can be quite annoying if I do play live exploration, is I constantly check my map to see where I am, where are the point of interest roughly are. So this ruin is something that I need to revisit, because I never went down that little stairs like you saw. I kind of just rode around and saw this massive puffle thing and decided to kill it. So this is one of the areas that I coming back, editing it, and I'm realizing that, oh crap, I need to revisit it. There was an area in episode 9 as well, because I done the post commentary for episode 9 as well. There was an area that I need to revisit to I can't remember where now. I should really write this down. Some places I do need to revisit, because there's a small little here and there that I missed and not realizing. So yeah, so that was it. That was the ruin, and I thought to myself, oh, is that it? But you know, it's actually me being an idiot, not going down those stairs and potentially grabbing another talisman. So going over the bridge. So this is the Mount Gelmir, I think it's pronounced. I can never get a pronunciation right. That's me, Manyouaman. But yeah, Mountain Gelmir, right next to the mountain is loads of campsite and death. It looks like there's like a battle been going on here, you know. Still some beautiful red flowers on the ground, but again, you're coming into a different kind of region now. This is Mount Gelmir. Different area and different aesthetic. Mountain, like elevations, and then grey. Looks like it's been battle worn. And looking at those kind of on the side, there was a like castle on the side. That's why I was kind of looking at it. There's smokes everywhere. There's ashes. There are, yeah. It just aesthetically, it just looked battle worn. You know what I mean? It just looked battle worn, and you just know kind of, you can feel what's been going on in this kind of map. How deadly this place can be, right? Roaming around with those machines, and it's actually one of the loading screen. You know, those machines in Mount Gelmir is actually one of the loading screen, and those machines with the swinging arm thing, mate, I hate them so much. I hate them so much. I hate them so much. I don't hate them as much as the dogs though. Bloody hell, the dogs are the most vicious and formidable enemy. My nemesis forever. It was everyone's nemesis really. Dogs, rats, and the birds in Elden Ring, I would say. I'll put it up in that category as well. Or the storm hawk bird. All those enemy are bloody annoying. Especially for me as melee build. Close quarter. I do have range, but mainly close quarter. It makes it difficult for me to do. So I got invaded here by AI, and let's just say she did not stand a chance. Once I put on that Dark Vader blade, she don't stand a chance. I got the red blade, I got the red lightsaber going. She don't stand a chance. I got the power of the dark side. She thinks she has the power of the dark side, but no. I bled her twice. I bled her twice in 2 swings. That's how crazy this incarnation is, especially if you have a blood build and the enemy doesn't have that much of a blood resistance. But yeah, it's amazing. It's good. I love it. I love the blade. I love the look at it, just burning through it. It's nice. And I thought there would be an incarnation to make your. There's always an incarnation to make your weapon flame, But for this game, there isn't, so you have to use the grease. So I'm a little bit disappointing on the incarnation because no wonder they didn't do a pyromancy, because that's too close to Dark Souls, right? So they put all the thunder and lightning and all the fire one together to make incarnation. And there aren't many. There aren't many fire incarnation in my mind, in my head. At least I haven't really acquired many of them. Because what's so fun in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 and 3, I guess, in all the Dark Souls game, you can do like a fire monk kind of build, just use fire, and you'll be grand. You'll have a great fun. You can do a fire build, pyromancy build. You can do a lightning build, so all the faith build, and then you can do a miracle build, and then you can do a sorcery build. A wizardry spell. So going up and up of Mountain Gelmir, all of these graveyards will always give you some sort of ruins, and these ruins is a good deposit for when you needed, you know, a few souls to level up, kind of thing. This is beautiful. Like looking at it, like. This guy died in a pretty good death, just looking over the horizon. Look at that. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. But I had one business in mind. I had one business in my head, is to find a map fragment. So I was going into it more, and I just couldn't see where the map fragment could be. So, you know, all I can do is just to follow the road, follow the path, and trooper on. So going into this camp, I rushed in a little bit, and so I alerted a few guys. They're not very difficult at all. And I was just kind of wondering, like, oh, what are they doing? I thought originally, oh, they're mourning their brothers. They almost killed me too. I was just like, oh, how sad, they're mourning their brothers. So that's my thought. I'm just like, oh, you're mourning your brothers, let me kill you so you can join him. You're falling soldiers. But as I look closely, no, they're not mourning. Their hands are scraping. Their hands are scraping, and their hands are doing this. So they are eating their own brothers. You can see the guy on the left, literally having his hand and just like doing that. So I don't think he's mourning. I think they're eating their own guys because they've gone mad or something. But it's awesome though. It's awesome to see. Oh, you can see it clearly in these guys. Yeah, I was just like, wait, they're eating them. Yeah, they are. There you can see the hands doing that. So these guys are gone mad. That's why you saw that's why I managed to grab a couple beast blood from them as well. So again, fantastic, great little detail. Sometimes it's just good to stand aside and observe what the hell they're doing, and there's so many details that you don't realize. That was a trap, and I was in the trap. As always, not being aware of my surrounding. It's hard to though. It's hard to when you get to the place in the first time. It's hard to know what the hell is going on. But look at that, the blood flame blade. Literally, right? Me not doing any attack. The gauge just keep running, and it just killed him. It was great. It was good. It was good. It was really enjoyable. Seems like this guy was mourning, but yeah, some of them are eating, some of them are mourning, I guess. But either way, you know, they will die with my blade. So they would die with my blade. They would die by my blade, I should say. So this bit going up the tower, the siege tower. Warning that weak foes, but just make sure that there are many. There could be some sort of ambush. This guy keep running away. He ain't gonna run away anymore. I just love the blood splatter, man. Just like every time you hit something, the blood splatter just like on the wall, on the floor. It just makes the game that extra more glory. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe, I guess. Strange to say, but you know, in some sort of way, I know Horizon. I'm going on a tangent here. This pulley bow will have longer range, but do less damage. So I ended up putting that in the chest and carrying on with my longbow. So what I was gonna say about with my tangent is that I kind of wish Horizon Forbidden West has that similar like right, my camera decided to, well, my OBS decided to freeze my camera, so hopefully I didn't realize it too late. But I'm just gonna keep recording. So this enemy, at first we fought him like ages ago. He kind of screamed in my ear and burst my eardrum and died. So we faced him before in the Stormvale Castle. We faced him in various different locations before, not just Stormvale Castle, and definitely not just the starting area too. You know, beginning when you wake up. So these guys can be a bit difficult, but they can easily bleed as well, so having a Bloodflame Blade definitely will help, but I don't know why I didn't do that. I probably didn't have enough time. They have a few attacks that will easily break your guard, like the spinning attack that you just saw. So yeah, he's a pretty good mini boss, I would say. Having him as a boss is a bit meh. So they will drop something called the lava tear, and the lava tear is what you give to Rennala to recreate your character. So you'll reset all your level back to level 1, maybe. I've never done it in this game before. I've never done it in any of the FromSoft game actually. You can use it and then reset your level to level 1, but then you can reallocate your leveling, your points to each different attribute, so you can all of a sudden becomes a mage build, or if you want to, I'll also become a strength build, that kind of thing. So going higher, getting higher and higher and higher with. Right, annoyingly, the video has been cutting. My OBS recording has been just freezing my camera. I think it's either my 4K cam link or the OBS software, so it's one of the two. Yeah, it's annoying. It's been happening for a while, but it's been okay every time when I started recording, but yeah, it's annoying. I think because there's some software playing in the background that kind of conflicts it, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't do it anymore, because it hasn't been a smooth recording for this one, unfortunately, but hopefully it still turn out okay. So we found another nomadic merchant, and he's selling a few stuff: cookbook, stone sword key, I should say, and he got the guilty hood and the confessor armor. So some of these merchants will sell the starter character armor as well. So going towards the upper echelons of Mountain Gelmir, and you see all these soldiers going mad, right? And maybe the reason they're mad because they've been eating their other ones, or they've been in a fight, or they've been blessed with that madness. So whatever it is, they got some frenzy power. So that is a frenzy power. So that's the incarnation that will cause frenzy effects on enemy. I don't think I can use it because I think it's a combination of intelligence and faith, which I currently do not have enough. Tried to use my overhead slash, but just couldn't hit it off. A bit annoying, but AO managed to get him. 972 runes, so not bad either. Not bad either. But for what it is, I should have killed it a little bit quicker. Definitely. Definitely, if my overhead slash managed to connect, then that would have been a better deal. Just looking all over Mountain Gelmir, and there are one of these memorial again. The assault on Volcano Manor, the squalid, the sick, and the blasphemous, a wretched, unending war with no glory. So the first time we heard about Volcano Manor, so I saw a grace there. I see a grace there. So I know that I need to... That was a daring jump, to be honest. I didn't know if that's going to kill me or not. But after finishing the camp, I started to head down to that bridge to get to the site of grace that I just saw. So I remember this area. I remember this area because I was watching PewDiePie's videos on his first playthrough. And I got to this bit. I was watching it and I got to this bit and he was fighting a boss up there. So I kind of know what's going on. After this I kind of just stopped watching because it did kind of ruin the surprise for me. So yeah, after I finish the whole game, then I'll start watching all these videos from different creators that I follow. There's been obviously influx of Elden Ring video, tons of Elden Ring videos, speed running videos I want to kind of have a glimpse at to see how crazy they do it. So this is the first cave area, first dungeon area in the Mount Gelmir. You have a lot of these demi-humans. So the aesthetic of the cave is slightly different to all the other ones that we see already, but if I can hit a damn shot with my bow. I think that's one thing about the auto-locking and the bow, is just not very good. So very glad that I got a aiming mechanic. Because the auto-locking, shooting, firing, and because you shoot so slow, and if the enemy is moving, it wouldn't track it. And obviously the arrow doesn't track anyway, so it doesn't home. So going down to that hole will be death because there are enemies moving around, so I decided to go the other way. That could have been a quicker way, to be honest, but I don't know about this cave, so I don't know what's gonna be in front of me. So I decided to have a careful approach. You know, I did everything correct. You know, I had a careful approach. I doing my ranged weapon. You know, got him to probably 60% off, 40% off, and then on this one, I just got swamped. I just got swamped because I didn't know how many enemies are there. So yeah, I got swamped and I died. So I dealt with the big demi-human well, but I didn't deal with the other demi-human well. Round 2. Always round 2. Always do things better. So I'm starting looking at all these demi-humans starting to get up. I'm trying to, you know, shoot them, get their attention. I want them to start charging at me. I don't want the dog to start charging at me. I wasn't sure, so that's why I start running back. And he was, well, he did start to charge at me. I want to separate them. I don't want all of them to come at me at the same time. Especially not the dog and then all the other ones. But there you go, that's a better approach because I know exactly how many enemies there is going to be and what are they going to do. that kind of thing. So yeah, second round always a better approach, because you know, you just you learn about the place now, so it's good. That's the beauty of From Software game, like I said many times before. So we've got some lump of flesh. So yeah, that's literally the boss room. And if I climbed down, it would have been a little bit quicker of a boss run. So some are saying try champion, some are saying weak foe, so I wasn't sure. It makes mixed messages. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but do my usual buff before the boss. And to be honest, when I saw that, I'm just like, alright, she looks easy because it's a Queen Margaret. And she was easy because I'm decking her with my Blood Flame Blade and my Uchitana. So she literally have no counter for that at all. I don't think she hit me once. And I'm just like, mate, this is easy. So I got the jar cannon. This is what it says, but I don't have enough strength to wield it. So coming back to this site of grace that I have open, that I have touched, and going through the jump point, and this is the full-grown falling star beast, and I charged to him. I don't know why I charged him like that. Don't ask me why. I just thought that would be cool to do a little medieval kind of shivery kind of thing, but no, that was stupid. And I don't do bad damage. 130 on my katana. It doesn't matter if I switch to my rapier or switch to my flail, it still do around that damage. So it doesn't matter what type of weapon you use, I don't think. And if you guys remember this falling star beast, I have also fought on. I think it was episode 8 or episode 7. He is one of my favorite boss. I had to use my Cash Flame to defeat that boss because I was a little bit under level against that boss. And the Cash Flame actually worked really well. But this time I just know that, okay, I'm just going to fight him like how it is now. But I grabbed everything. I know what was going against the boss, so that I managed to use all majority of my ruins, so I don't lose too much ruins. And to be honest, the horseback, not too bad, but I got pushed out of bounds, and he didn't go out of bounds. I don't know. Yeah, nah. This is just I got done dirty. I got done dirty by Miyazaki basically. He pushed me out, and I wasn't able to push him out. So now noticing that there's a map fragment location, I decided to go. I didn't think that it will be on the mountain, so I started to go into the lower area. So back to this place where I fought one of the tibia, so one of the boat guy that do the illusion thing. And I just decided to kind of run around this place and see if I can find the map fragment. So this is underneath Mountain Gelmir. So all that mountain that you see up above there is Mountain Gelmir. Is it Gelmir or is it Gelmir? Gelmir? Whatever it is. Words, pronunciation. So we got a bigger beetle with the Ashen of War barrage, and so we started to get a little bit of the bow and arrows skills, Ash of War. I still don't use too many of those Ash of War. I use a few to build some weapons, but maybe I should have used it a lot more. So this is the first time in Elden Ring that I see the Basilisk. So these Basilisks is annoying because they will curse you. They will curse you with their breath. And it's an instant death. Doesn't matter how long your health will be, you will get well, what's the word? Death Bright, I think is in this game it is called Death Bright or something like that. So basically you die. So I know those basilisks are definitely annoying. They don't have a lot of health, but they move kind of quick, and their attack is like area damage. So I find another cave, but I'm gonna pop this Lost Grace, but I decided to go the other way and continue my role to find the map fragment. So I went literally just follow the mountain. You can see that I've just followed that way, follow the mountain, and this is the one of the area that I need to visit. I never actually gone into the fort because I couldn't. It's locked, but now maybe I could. Who knows? But yeah, this area you see the soldiers are fighting all these fire priest monk. So I thought I'd help them a little bit. Not actually helping any side, just helping myself, I guess. So yeah, I started to look up, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, the map fragment is definitely up there and not in here. But I just thought I'd explore the places a little bit. So this is actually fairly close to the volcano mountain. All these jellyfish. I don't know what the jellyfish actually symbolize, but it's a reminder of a very cool thing that once you hit one of them, all their other buddies will start shooting at you, but most importantly, they're glowing red now instead of blue. So blue is neutral, red is when they want to really hammer you. So this is when I am heading towards another mining cave, though I couldn't find where the map fragment was, so I gave up and I came back to the main area of Lindale, the outskirts of Lindale, and I decided to go for the cave. You know, go explore around, and this is the cave that I actually didn't finish off. So next episode I'll actually go around all of these caves and all of that to finish off the cave exploration, the bosses and everything. So this one is really just me going around and going around the map and seeing if I can find the map fragments and what I can do, I guess. And then the next episode I will dust off long episode, big episode of just bosses everywhere, exploring all these caves. So next episode is action pack. So this episode is action pack as well, but a little bit more exploring, a little bit for me talking about this new area, the different look of the area. So another area, another cave, another catacomb with those doors. This time I have to put a stone sword key in there to activate it, but other than that, a lot of it are just really business as usual. But once again, I went in, I popped the Sire of Grace, or touched the Sire of Grace, and I decided to go back the other way. So yeah, just in a desperate attempt to find that map fragment. So I don't know what corner, what road, what path will swing to that. So coming back to Mount Gelmir, so this is when I looked around for a while. So I cut a lot of content, obviously, but I explored around a lot. I'm just like, where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? So I started like, okay, I started looking at the map. I'm just like, It's just like, oh, there is a place. There is a place to jump onto the other side. This is where I just go in there, don't trigger the boss, You can see that. You can actually see it on the map as well. So that's why I started to like scratching my head and be like, can you really do that? Yes, you can. The beautiful thing about From Software game, secrets. Secrets indeed. So we got the marionette soldiers. My computer just did a little stutter, but my recording is still fine. So that's good. Another golden branch, another golden seed. That's what we love to see. And this is the annoying, very annoying bug, where it will literally just run around. Literally run around, and I can hear like okay, those marionette soldiers are following me, so I would need to dispatch them because they almost killed me. Obviously, I don't want to be killed. I got a fair few souls, 8 grand. At that point, I think it takes me about 30 grand for me to level up. But 8 grand is still a good amount. And on the horseback, I just couldn't catch the damn thing. So, and all these soldiers still chasing me, so I decided to kill all the soldiers first. And then I can have a little play with the bug. But yeah, it will just keep running. It will just keep running in circles. It's not bad when you have places to run, I guess. But I mean, it's annoying. And you can see those messages as well. There are messages around saying, "Hey, here, here." I was getting pissed off. I'm just like, mate, you're getting some. Nah, I just pressed the wrong button. I'll just press the wrong button. So he was there. I started to shoot him. It didn't work. Like every time I tried to shoot him, he just went there, and then and I managed to figure out. You know, there are a couple of messages there saying here, here. So I just know that okay, maybe I need to stand here, wait for him to come to me, and then kill the bloody thing. So it was all good. It was all good. Going through the mountain, you can see the going down to a castle-looking area. We have those fingers enemy again. Those creepy fingers enemy. I mean, whoever come up with that enemy I think is mad. Well, this has been an incredibly annoying episode to record, and maybe to edit as well, because my 4K camera capture cam link is I don't know, it just freezes. It just freezes every now and again, and it's either that or my OBS, or I don't know, something that's been doing it to kind of conflicting between the two. It's annoying. Yeah, I kind of haphazardly, quickly searched for a solution and didn't really find anything useful. So maybe I just need you to do the research properly and see what's going on. It could be because there are too many USB plugging into it, so maybe interfering it. I tried plugging it into different ports and it doesn't help. So I think it's the software side of thing that kind of crashes it with it, because sometimes my 4K capture, so my Elgato, when I'm doing capture, that software sometimes couldn't get the signal, and yeah, it looks like my my face is freezing again. Right, annoyingly, as I said that, it just keep on crashing. It just keep on crashing now, but not long to go in the video. Hopefully I can have this last 10 minutes or so recording my face cam in a peaceful way. So going down to Mountain Gelmir, after that jump, you kind of go down to these little area, and you can see the location still being battle worn, torn, with all the fights been going on, and you have all these kind of enemy that will give you curse, that give you the blight, So there must be something that's significant about this area. So yeah, very interesting indeed. I mean, I'm annoyed about this 4K cam link thing. I don't know what's going on. Definitely need to find some solution for it. But another minor Erg tree, but this time it's not the avatar. This time it is the tree spirit. And I actually, you know, a little bit disappointing because I really like those avatar and boss enemy. Like I said, as I mentioned before. So this is the tree spirit, and we fought these type of enemy before. One of the little bit more memorable one is in the hero graves, the dungeon near the starting area, the tutorial area. We fought one of them there. This one looks more cursed, definitely. It looks more. Yeah, it looks more cursed. That's all I can say. You know, it looks a bit more battered. Looks a bit more evil and poisonous, that kind of thing. You know, but still doing great damage on my horseback. Got my lance talisman, so maximum horseback damage. Improves my horseback attack, so I I step back a little bit. I want to reapply my blood flame blade, and instead of going in head first, I just thought, look, the horse has been doing really good, so let's reapply. Let's re-engage with Torrent, and yeah, it's really good. It wasn't a difficult fight. It wasn't a difficult fight at all because he was out there doing a projectile attack in front of him, but I was actually on his side. So yeah, not a very hard boss fight at all, especially on the horseback. So as you can see on the map, coming back to the capital, just the outskirt. Looking at the map, I see that I put a waypoint already for the mining camp, but there's also a structure at the top of the hill. So I decided to go there first. And behold, it is another church of. Oh, this is a minor oak tree church. So it's not a Church of America, but we still have all the goodies, all the key items. So we got more cookbooks, so I can craft more. But you know, more importantly, there is a site of grace, and there are a talisman, a brand new talisman called the Golden Orden Seal. Oh no, this is not the talisman. This is the incarnation, so the finger seal that can cast incarnation. It took me a while. It absolutely took me a while to find it on my inventory because that was the last thing that I would have thought it would be a casting thing. But yeah, so it boosts fundamental incarnation. Resting on the site, you can talk to Melina again.
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you? In Marika's own words,
so every time she tells us the story, she seems to look up. She seems to look up. Maybe in vision of Marika. So instead of looking directly into you, to look to the sky in a way. So we got the outer order. We got the little dap, the little Elden Ring dap. And this one was just funny. It was said try jumping, and then I just pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. That was it. That was my mistake. It was the back button. I pressed the dash back button, and I just literally crash into the cliff and die. So I managed to find a way to go down to the swamp towards the mining camp that I heavily desire. Found those little bug thing again. But this time, instead of chasing it for too long, I see all these messages. I see all these messages saying, hey, here, this and that. So I kind of just, in general, I just wanted to follow it around and see where this is gonna go. Those slug enemy doesn't affect me at all. So I start seeing all these messages, and I decided to wait, and I got it. It's not too bad, not too bad. That was quite a fun element, and going into the mining cave. So this is the well, it's not a crystal cave, definitely not a crystal cave, but so this mining cave is right at the bottom of the Lendale capital, and we're gonna explore it. And we actually didn't need to stay here for long, because the smithing stone mining belt actually wasn't relating with the boss. It's actually just an items that you can grab. So this mining cave, as you saw earlier, that I have to hit a hidden wall, so it just indicates to you that there will be loads of those around. So watch out for messages that players have put down, and also hit every goddamn wall in your way, I guess. And you don't need to hit it, you can roll it and it still does the same effects. But you can hear the little clunk from the chain, because my flail is back on my hand with all these enemies. So just like that, I got this smithing stone. Smithing stone bearing 2. Bell bearing 2. So as soon as I got that, I'm just like, oh nice, this is very good. But I managed to kind of stay around a little bit longer. Not that much longer, because I already know that I got something that I wanted. So yeah, we got a lot done in this episode. Like when you think about it, we got the Altus Plateau done. That area pretty much done. We got to Lendale. We got all the map fragments for that eastern area that we haven't unlocked yet, or the northern area that we haven't unlocked yet, and we unlocked a lot of them. We explore a lot of the areas, and we have explored a lot of the caves, a lot of the tunnels, and all of those. Well, I say to explore. We haven't explored many of those. I have discovered a lot of them. So that will be in the next episode, where we actually get to explore them and fight the bosses in there. So that is the ultimate episode in the next episode. The whole action, it's very action orientated. So this is where me just looking at the bell, going into the detail, you can see that smithing stone 3 and 4, and that was huge. You can see that I'm starting to spin around, enjoy, and at this point I'm just like, should I keep going, or should I just go back and level up all my gear? And I decided that I'm really happy, so I'm really grateful of the trip, that I didn't need to do the boss and got the smithing stone. So I went back to the round table and yeah, spoke to Master Hero a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like I said before, a little bit frustrating episode recording my post commentary with my video keep freezing. So it's either my software keep clashing, or the 4K camp link, or whatever it is. The signal just got interrupted, I guess. But at the end of the day, Elden Ring, amazing game, new area, and there is still loads to explore in the lands between. So like I said, Lendale is going to be the focal point now. We get into that, and there are going to be so much more than Lendale, so much more than what all the other places can offer. You know, there's still so much more to do, and there's going to be loads of episodes of that. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Click the like button to put a smile on my face. Subscribe to my channel for more Elden Ring and any other games that I play. Stay safe out there, keep calm, and video game. Peace.